maximum consumption is milk during that time, and even mother's milk has a lot of natural sugar. So if you're not wiping off that particular layer of the milk that forms on the teeth, it's going to cause damage. And we have seen it so repeatedly. It's called as nursing bottle caries, right? Children are not having enough salad, parents are not offering because घर में ही नहीं है, parents को ही नहीं अच्छा लगता बच्चे क्या खाएंगे. So you need to get back to your old school, like get back to eating salads, fruits, and वो कट करके भी मत दीजिए, just give them raw fruits. अगर एप्पल है तो एप्पल ऐसी दे दीजिए.
Hi Ritesh, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
Thank you. I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for taking out time and thank you for being here with us today.
Thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. Okay, Ritesh, dental health जो है हमारी, it is the most neglected part of overall health, right? तो इसके बारे में आज हम बात करेंगे and through the conversation we will break it up into three basically broad subjects. Okay, one is going to be pediatric oral health, number 2 will be adult oral health, and number 3 will be oral and overall health. Basically, how are they connected to each other, right? Okay, let's start with the kids. Okay, the pediatric oral health. आजकल नंबर 1 से अगर हम शुरू करते हैं तो कॉमन कॉजेज कैविटीज की बच्चों में क्या है आजकल, बिकॉज बहुत बढ़ती जा रही है. मेरे बेटे को अभी 8 कैविटीज निकली थी when he came back from boarding.
अच्छा.
Yeah.
सी पहले तो हम ये बात करेंगे कि बच्चों में डेंटल प्रॉब्लम्स क्या क्या होती हैं.
Okay.
सो कैविटीज इज जस्ट वन एस्पेक्ट. सिर्फ एक पहलू है सारी बीमारियों का, डेंटल कैविटी. उसके अलावा और भी बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं विच एज पेरेंट्स हमको पता होना चाहिए कि बच्चे के साथ क्या चल रहा है. सो आपने जैसे सवाल किया कि डेंटल कैविटीज का कारण क्या है. पहली बात तो समझना है डेंटल कैविटीज होती क्या है. डेंटल कैविटीज होती हैं कि दांतों में होल हो जाना. इफ यू एक्चुअली नोटिस, dental cavities are not just holes. They appear differently as well. They appear as chalky white, frosty appearances on smooth surfaces also. So that is also called as dental cavities.
Okay.
So sirf hole ho jana, just a hole is not just dental cavities. There's more to it.
Okay.
Now when I say other dental problems, so we'll begin with dental cavities. It's the cause for dental cavities is of course excessive intake of sugar.
Okay.
And not maintaining oral hygiene. So when I say excessive intake of sugar, so the child may be fed excessive amount of sugary substances like candies, lollies, chocolates. उनके फ्लूइड इनटेक में भी काफ़ी शुगर डाली जा रही है, जैसे मिल्क हो गया, बोर्नवीटा हो गया और हॉर्लिक्स हो गया, विच इज़ absolutely not required. We don't actually need to give any of these supplements to children.
These are not even proper supplements, if I'm not wrong, right?
हाँ, so होता क्या है कि मार्केटिंग इतनी स्ट्रांग होती है that you get driven. You want to give these things to your children thinking that they will help them grow.
Right.
But होता कुछ नहीं है उसके अंदर except for a lot of sugar in it. So that's also harming the teeth in some form. But होता क्या है कि जब ये sugar intake बढ़ता है तो mouth का जो pH होता है that reduces, that goes down. Once the pH goes down, so there are these healthy bacteria. मुंह के अंदर एक healthy bacteria environment होता है. Those healthy bacteria, they get activated in a lower pH because of the sugar intake, in the form of hard sugar or in the form of fluids. अब जब वो bacteria activate होता है, it releases acid. Once it starts releasing acid, so this is all happening microscopically. आप देख नहीं सकते, you can't, it's not evident, आंखों से दिखेगा ही नहीं, but it's happening microscopically. So मीठा सारे दांतों के कांटेक्ट में आया, pH डाउन हुआ, बैक्टीरिया एक्टिवेट हुआ और बैक्टीरिया ने एसिड बनाना शुरू किया. जब बैक्टीरिया एसिड बनाएगा तो जहां पे भी एसिड होता है वो चीज गलना शुरू हो जाती है. So that is how the deterioration, the erosion, the hole formation takes place, because the teeth are made of minerals, right? So any acid attack, any contact with the acid to these minerals, to your teeth, lead to cavitation, lead to holes.
Okay.
And that's why you see the erosion and these tooth materials wearing out, and leading to formation of holes, which will attract more food lodgement, more lodgement of sugar and candies and chocolates, and then it will
Eventually
deteriorate
making it
further.
worse.
Yeah. So that is one aspect. The other thing is, as I initially talked about, chalky white, frosty appearance on smooth surfaces. That's because of sugary drinks. That's because of a lot of the times parents add excessive amount of sugar in the milk or in any fluids that they're offering to children, which is absolutely not required, especially in milk. Milk has natural sugar. अगर आप उसमें sugar नहीं भी डालेंगे तो milk alone has the capacity to cause cavities in children if it is not brushed, if the teeth are not brushed after consumption of milk.
Wow.
So that is also very essential for parents to understand कि sugar नहीं डालनी है. And of course, aerated drinks, the colas, and the other juices that are freely available, you know, the canned juices and packet juices that are freely available in the market. People think they have some nutritional value, but they have zero nutritional value. So, but you don't need to give all that to children. So that's leading to smooth surface cavities because of that intake of sugary fluids.
Extra.
And not brushing and not looking after the hygiene later.
Yeah. तो इसको अवॉइड करने के लिए जितेश हमारे को ब्रशिंग कितनी बार करनी चाहिए?
देखो, first of all, you have to ensure that the child is brushing properly,
Right.
has a proper toothbrush to start with,
Okay.
and is using.
What is the right toothbrush?
See, the right toothbrush is freely available, and just go to the market and, you know, age appropriate size. They're easily available. You have nowadays electric, powered toothbrushes, which are also very good, very efficient.
Okay.
So depending on the age, one can pick up, these aids, and it's very important for you to teach the child how to brush. You would only be able to do it once you know yourself.
Right. Absolutely.
And it's the habit is formed, is carried from parents to children. So if there is an environment of maintaining hygiene at home, the children see their parents brushing their teeth twice in a day, and especially before they go to sleep in the night. So the children tend to follow their parents.
Right.
But then also, if these habits are not inculcated early, so children tend to have a lot of problems later on.
Of course.
So coming back to what kind of toothbrush, as I said, any age appropriate, it has to be a particular size, depending on what's the age of the child. And the toothpaste is, again, it's very important to use a fluoridated toothpaste. Now, in very young children, I would say lower than 3 years of age, you don't need to apply a lot of toothpaste. You need to have a fluoridated toothpaste. Preferably, the minimal fluoride content should be 1000 ppm.
Okay.
For children. For adults, it can be beyond 5000 also.
Okay.
But especially for children, it has to be around 1000 ppm to 1250 or maximum 1500. And the size of the application should not be more than a grain of rice. The size should be as much as a grain of rice.
That's all.
That's all.
Okay. 3 साल से कम के लिए.
Yes. Wow. And it's very, very important that the child brushes for at least 2 minutes. And it has to be supervised brushing. You can't give the brush to the child and say, "Ki beta brush karo," and then aap disappear away.
उसमें होता नहीं है.
So let the child play. Let the child do on his own. And then you have to come back and then you have to scrub it if you feel that the child is not done properly.
Done properly, of course.
Yeah. So that practice has to be inculcated very early on. And one very essential thing that a lot of parents miss is that once the child is growing, like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, there is this evidence of baby teeth coming in, right? The milk teeth, the first eruption that happens is around the age of 5.5, 6 years old, when the babies start getting lower teeth, lower front teeth.
Okay. This is 6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah. So that's the first sign of tooth that,
right.
That is visible.
Right.
And a lot of the times, and the child is being fed milk and, all the other things that,
right.
That are fed to the child. The parents most of the times forget to even wipe off that particular, small size tooth also, which has just come in.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is very essential and very important because, you see, you can't expect such a small child to brush the teeth.
Of course.
So you have to use, so there are these finger brushes that come in handy, or you can just use a clean cloth, just wipe it, just wind it around your forefinger and just clean up that
These days
small
you
tooth.
get those fancy, finger brushes actually.
Yeah,
right.
so child may not be able to tolerate that. You have to see that
Very
also.
soft though. Yeah.
But you can just take a clean cloth and wipe that tooth, because the child's maximum consumption is milk during that time, and even mother's milk has a lot of natural sugar. So if you're not wiping off that particular layer of the milk that forms on the teeth, it's going to cause damage. And we have seen it so repeatedly. It's called as nursing bottle caries, right? The small children, especially about a year and a half, they are being fed with milk bottles.
Right.
And that is also very, very harmful, And the child is fed with a bottle, and the idea is that the child will sleep off. कि बच्चा सो जाएगा. It's like a pacifier. वो दूध पीते पीते सो जाता है, and then for the entire night that the child is asleep, and children sleep much longer than adults. Child is asleep for say 8 to 10 hours. Imagine the amount of milk and the remnants are stuck onto the teeth for that much period, and this is happening on a daily basis, twice in a day.
Right.
So one needs to prevent that and ensure that even at that very small, tender age, the parents are cleaning, the teeth. It's very, very important. So if one is taking care about these things right from the beginning, I don't think cavities will form.
Okay.
Plus, there are a lot of other factors. Some parents come and tell us that we are very careful about, what we are feeding the child. We are very careful about their oral hygiene. We ensure that they're brushing before they sleep, and yet they have cavities. There may be some inherent, deficiencies in the teeth themselves. I mean, one cannot pinpoint exactly what is leading to all this, but maybe the nutrition of the mother at the time of, pregnancy and, all those factors do play a role. So, but that percentage is less.
Generally speaking, it's the hygiene
Exactly.
bit, right?
And a lot of the times, parents and even adults come and tell us that, the other person eats sugar and consumes a lot of sugar all the time, and yet they don't have as many cavities as we have. Why is it that we tend to get more cavities and not the other person? So you have to understand, the constitution of the teeth, the mineral content of the teeth must be different than yours.
Yeah.
So that's why, they must be more immune towards any acid attack or any kind of sugar attack or any kind of bacterial attack. So,
the basic precautions are less.
Exactly. So, see, you can't say that I'm not going to brush, because you can't take it for granted that your teeth are constitutionally very strong.
Yeah, of course.
So these are the aspects
of the cavity bit.
Yes.
Okay, what are the other general problems that you see in kids these days? And since you mentioned pacifiers, so agar pacifiers le rahe hain bachche, a lot of kids suck their thumbs.
Yeah.
So how does that affect you?
See, thumb sucking is something very natural that you cannot predict. First of all, that if your child is going to suck the thumb, it just happens naturally. And if it is happening, it is acceptable to a certain age. I would say the age would be around, say, 3 years, 3.5 years.
Okay.
To maybe 4 years, nothing beyond that. Because what happens is, because of sucking, the teeth tend to start moving. So one needs to be very careful about these habits continuing further than 3 to 4 years of age. Because what it does is it tends to flare the upper teeth outwards.
Right.
So, and that leads to incompetency of lips. The child is not able to close the lips because the teeth are coming in the way. So the child starts to breathe through the mouth. And those habits lead to other problems, lead to dryness of mouth, bad breath. And the mouth is dry, it leads to more cavities. So one has to be very, very careful. And of course, socially the child is, not accepted really very well, because the child is always sucking the thumb.
Of course.
So
yeah, that's
a
right, of course.
So the parents have to somehow break this habit before it elongates, and it affects the permanent teeth also. So
I remember because my daughter, the first one, she was on the pacifier. तो उसको मैंने दिया था फिटकरी, फिटकरी को इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते हैं मुझे नहीं पता exactly.
Alum.
Alum. तो उसको थम पे आई थिंक वी पुट इट ऑन द pacifier, we gave it to her, that was the last day, like it one take and she was done. Do you want to suggest something else maybe?
No, they are just over the counter, these drops and these liquids that are available. One can just apply it on the thumb and try it. You have to just try your घरेलू नुस्खा, कुछ ना कुछ तो काम करेगा.
कुछ ना कुछ तो काम करेगा.
Just today, I was asked by a parent in the morning that, my son is 4.5 years and still sucking his thumb. What do I do? We've done everything possible. So I quickly looked up, some of the liquids that are over the counter available.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough.
yeah.
तो हो ही जाता है basically.
Yeah, it's called as Femite. I mean, you can just Google it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can just use that. It's a habit-breaking sort of liquid.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have to apply it.
Of course. Moving forward, Jitesh, at what age do primary teeth typically fall out for kids? Okay, और नए आने में कब तक होती है age wise? इसको एक कैसे तो हम पहले तो कब करते हैं और इसको ट्रैक कैसे कर सकते हैं हम?
देखो, ये बहुत जरूरी है जानना कि बच्चे के दांत कौन सी एज में गिरना शुरू हो रहे हैं. हम लोग ये मान लेते हैं कि ये तो नेचुरल प्रोसेस है, एज का किसी को पता नहीं होता. Because if it's your first child, you wouldn't know.
Right.
You will only come to know once they start shaking, and sometimes you don't even know whether this is the right age or the age is surpassed. So the best would be to take a look at any of these eruption charts that are available.
Okay.
And those eruption charts will give you the timelines when the primary milk teeth will erupt and the timelines when the permanent teeth will erupt. So, 6 months up and down is acceptable. So you have to, put your child into that spectrum and see,
Fit हो रहा है उसके आस-पास हो रहा है.
Exactly. Because अगर आप वो नहीं करोगे, आप आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर पाओगे कि क्राउडिंग हो रही है, कि कौन सा मिल्क टूथ है और कौन सा परमानेंट आ रहा है. कई बारी पेरेंट्स को नहीं पता लगता. एंड दे जस्ट फील के यार चलो ये तो आ ही रहा है, दांत जा रहे. सो if you know the correct age of shedding and correct age of eruption, you'll be able to track it to avoid any kind of crowding later. So you would have seen a lot of kids, wearing braces and getting orthodontic correction of, crooked, crowded teeth. That's primarily because it is not identified at the right age and it is not intercepted right there. A lot of the intervention, if it is happening at the right age, you don't need to go in for any elaborate orthodontic correction later on.
Just to explain it थोड़ा सा deeply, तो अगर हम इसको नहीं ट्रैक कर रहे हैं तो प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रही है एग्जैक्टली?
देखो, प्रॉब्लम ये हो रही है कि हमारे फूड हैबिट्स चेंज हो गए हैं. हम लोग इतना कोर्स खाना, इतना हार्ड और इतना च्यूई खाना नहीं खा रहे हैं, जिसकी वजह से द टीथ आर नॉट being challenged. ठीक है ना? टीथ, मस्कुलेचर, द गम्स, द बोन्स, उनको कोई चैलेंज नहीं मिल रहा है. सो एवरीथिंग इज प्रोसेस्ड. वी वांट फूड टू मेल्ट इन आवर माउथ, कि एकदम से घुल जाए और हम खा जाएं.
भाई टेस्ट अच्छा
है ना? सो एवरीवेयर इट इज लाइक दैट. Children are not having enough salad. Parents are not offering because घर में ही नहीं है. Parents को ही नहीं अच्छा लगता, तो बच्चे क्या खाएंगे? So you need to get back to your old school, like get back to eating salads, fruits, and वो कट करके भी मत दीजिए. Just give them raw fruits. अगर एप्पल है तो एप्पल ऐसी दे दीजिए. हम लोग जब बचपन में गन्ना खाते थे, आजकल वो ट्रेंड ही नहीं है. And unless you challenge your teeth, especially the milk teeth, they will not become wobbly and they will not shed in time to allow the permanent teeth to come in place.
Okay.
तो प्रॉब्लम ये हो रही है कि हमारी लाइफस्टाइल, हमारी डाइट चेंज हो गई है, जिसकी वजह से टाइमली शेड नहीं कर रहे हैं दांत. जिस एज में शेड करना चाहिए उस एज में नहीं करते हैं. जो परमानेंट टीथ आ रहे हैं वो अपना टाइम पे आएंगे. तो एक तरफ मिल्क टीथ भी खड़े हैं और परमानेंट टीथ भी आ जाते हैं. सो पेरेंट्स को पता ही नहीं चलता कि करना क्या है. वो तब आते हैं बच्चों को लेकर के at the age of 10-11 years when they start looking very ugly, when they have multiple teeth showing and they do not know
what to do.
हो क्या रहा है.
Right.
And that is a time we tell them that they should have come earlier, at least for us to extract the milk teeth timely, so that this crowding doesn't take place. So एक ये aspect हो गया. And अगर आपने, if you miss the
तो ब्रेसेस तो पक्का लग
ब्रेसेस पक्का लगने, एक्सपेंसिव ट्रीटमेंट के लिए रेडी हो जाए। एंड ऑफ कोर्स ब्रेसेस लगने के लिए यू हैव टू गेट सम परमानेंट टीथ एक्सट्रैक्टेड, वो भी एक
Yeah.
पेनफुल प्रोसेस है।
स्पेस बनाने
एंड
के लिए।
चिल्ड्रन नेवर फॉरगेट, ब्रेसेस तो एक एस्पेक्ट है, वो दे हैव टू अंडरगो एक्सट्रैक्शन एंड आल्सो इट्स ट्रॉमेटिक।
तो यू आर ट्राइंग टू से कि इसको अवॉइड कर सकते हैं हम?
बहुत हद तक अवॉइड कर सकते हैं, बहुत हद तक।
Okay. Looking at the, what chart was it again?
Eruption chart.
Eruption chart. Cool. Okay. Moving forward, Jitesh, signs और symptoms हम कैसे notice कर सकते हैं बच्चों में, जब भी हमारे को कोई cavities या ऐसी कोई problems erupt होने से पहले, ऐसी stage पे पहुंचने से पहले जहां हमें dentist पे जाना पड़ता है, तो इसको हम notice कैसे कर सकते हैं?
देखो, पहली बात तो जैसे मैंने पहले बताया था, you have to supervise children. उनको देखना जरूरी है जब वो ब्रश कर रहे हैं,
Right.
और कितनी देर तक कर रहे हैं। अगर आपने उनको दे भी दिया है ब्रश, बाद में आपने सुपरवाइज किया है, सो उस टाइम पे ही आप आइडेंटिफाई कर लेंगे इफ देयर इज समथिंग डिफरेंट दैट यू आर ऑब्जर्विंग। कोई ब्राउनिश डिस्कलरेशन हो रही है, या कुछ व्हाइटिश पैच सा दिख रहा है, या कहाँ पे कहीं पर स्टेनिंग दिख रही है ज्यादा, वो आप एकदम से आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं। यू कैन ऑलवेज क्लिक अ पिक्चर एंड डिस्कस इट। अगर आप फिजिकली नहीं भी ले जा सकते, एवरीबडी हैज देयर फैमिली डेंटिस्ट ऑन देयर मोबाइल फोन,
Right.
and you can always click a picture and consult, this is what I found. Sometimes it's difficult to analyze through a picture कि हो क्या रहा है, so you can take the child physically and get it examined. It's very important.
That's very important.
होता क्या है कि पेरेंट्स तब आते हैं बच्चों को लेकर के जब बच्चा रात भर सोता नहीं है,
जब वो फेज आ गया है, जब अवॉइड नहीं किया।
एग्जैक्टली, बच्चा रात भर तड़पता रहा है और अर्ली मॉर्निंग आप लेकर के भाग रहे हैं, एंड उसमें भी आप डेंटिस्ट के पास नहीं जाते हैं, आप जाते हैं पीडियाट्रिशियन के पास, या आप जाते हैं फिजिशियन के पास।
Yes, I was going to say that. True.
So that's totally lack of awareness. पहली बात तो आपको पता है डेंटल इशू है, कोई स्वेलिंग है, कोई डिस्कम्फर्ट है, बच्चा बता रहा है मेरे को प्रॉब्लम है, तो आप पीडियाट्रिशियन के पास क्यों जा रहे हैं, या आप जनरल फिजिशियन के पास क्यों जा रहे हैं? आपको सबसे पहले अपने डेंटिस्ट के पास जाना चाहिए। जो अधिकतर मैक्सिमम मेजॉरिटी ऑफ पेशेंट्स डोंट गो टू द डेंटिस्ट, दे विल गो टू अ पीडियाट्रिशियन और देयर ओन फैमिली डॉक्टर। एंड आप लैक ऑफ अवेयरनेस देखिए, देयर इज नथिंग अगेंस्ट माय मेडिकल कोलीग्स, बट दे हैव वेरी लिमिटेड नॉलेज एंड अप्रोच टुवर्ड्स डेंटिस्ट्री।
Of course.
उनके लिए तो पेशेंट है, फैमिली पेशेंट है, बच्चा आया है, परेशानी लेकर आया, दे हैव आइडेंटिफाइड, दे हैव एटलीस्ट सीन कि ठीक है, इट्स रिलेटेड टू अ डिकेड टूथ, देयर इज एन इन्फेक्शन, देयर इज समथिंग दैट हैज कॉज्ड दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रॉब्लम, बट वो उसको इंस्टेड ऑफ रेफरिंग द पेशेंट टू द डेंटिस्ट, दे वुड प्रिस्क्राइब मेडिकेशन, एंटीबायोटिक दे देंगे, पेन किलर दे देंगे, बोलेंगे यार ये तो दूध के दांत है, तो झड़ने ही ठीक हो जाएगा, डोंट वरी, गो। सो उन्होंने अपना काम कर दिया, दे हैव प्रिस्क्राइब मेडिकेशन, पेरेंट्स आर हैप्पी, वो बच्चे को मेडिकेशन दे करके वो ठीक हो गया, एंड देन चला गया, बट रूट कॉज तो आपने वहीं छोड़ दिया ना। यू हैव नॉट गॉट द चाइल्ड ट्रीटेड और एग्जामिन्ड बाय अ स्पेशलिस्ट जिसका वो डोमेन है। सो दैट्स वेरी एसेंशियल कि कभी कोई आपको ऐसी कोई चीज दिख रही है जो बच्चे में एकदम अलग से दिख रही है, सो यू हैव टू कंसल्ट द डेंटिस्ट द वेरी नेक्स्ट मोमेंट।
क्या आप सजेस्ट करते हो, आप हमें कितने टाइम पीरियड में यूजुअली रेगुलरली डेंटिस्ट विजिट्स?
देखो, इट टोटली डिपेंड्स, ट्रेंड्स आपको पता लग जाते हैं। इफ यू as an adult, how many times you've been to the dentist, what are your dental issues, and how do you address them? वही चीज अगर आप बच्चों में आप लेकर के आओगे, suppose you don't have any issues, you're not going to the dentist at all, उस केस में आप बच्चों को once in a year तो ले जा सकते हैं। A lot of the times पेरेंट्स वो भी नहीं लेकर के जाते हैं। स्कूल में कोई हेल्थ चेकअप कैंप लगता है, वहां पे दिखता है कि कोई कैविटीज, तो पेरेंट्स की आंखें खुलती हैं, अच्छा बच्चे में कैविटीज नहीं है, चलो अब अगले बारी डेंटिस्ट के पास लेके चलते। सो वो चीजों से आप बचें। It should not come as a surprise.
Yeah.
You should be the first one to identify कि मेरे बच्चे में प्रॉब्लम क्या है।
हाँ, बड़े ही नहीं, of course.
So that is also very important.
And cavities के अलावा आजकल आपको क्यों आ रहे हैं आपके पास पेरेंट्स बच्चों को लेके?
See, cavities is the main reason. Cavities अगर नहीं एड्रेस करी टाइमली, उसको नहीं फिलअप कराया, नेक्स्ट जो कॉज होता है ऑफ एनी डेंटल इन्फेक्शन इज बिकॉज द टूथ इज रॉटन। वो इतना खराब हो चुका होता है, इतना डैमेज हो चुका होता है, उसकी नर्व अंदर से एकदम डैमेज हो गई होती है, that it forms abscess, and there is the swelling that the child develops. That's the second cause. The third cause is crowding of teeth, as we have discussed.
crowding is basically to do with the braces. Pretty much.
Yeah, braces is the treatment, but crowding is to do with not identifying कि कौन से दांत कब shake करना है.
हाँ. So यहाँ पे सबसे important चीज ध्यान रखने वाली हमारी है the chart.
Yes.
Which was again, what was it?
Eruption.
Eruption chart. Cool. अब हम मूव करते हैं थोड़ा सा adult oral health की तरफ, चितेश. तो हाँ, आपने बता ही दिया है कि 2 minutes. It's the same time for adults as well.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes.
Okay. And what is the technique you'd say? How do we go about it?
See, when you're using a manual toothbrush, you have to ensure that you've covered all the aspects, all the areas of the teeth. The areas that you see in the mirror and the areas that you don't see in the mirror. So that's the inside.
Okay.
And of course,
the inside, I believe, is more important.
Yeah, it's as important as outside.
Okay.
And the areas from where you chew, basically the chewing areas of the teeth, because they bear the maximum brunt. And they have these grooves and fissures in which khana atakta hai. Matlab uske andar the food gets stuck. Whatever sweet that we are consuming gets stuck there, and that leads to cavity. So one has to be very, very, meticulous in ensuring that each and every surface of each tooth is covered. So if you have 28 to 32 teeth in your mouth, so just imagine how much time you're going to be spending on each tooth in ensuring that it's clean.
Okay.
And कुछ spaces जो हम brush से नहीं clean कर पाते हैं, those are interdental spaces जो दांतों के बीच में होती है. You use a dental floss.
Right.
And
I think floss is something a lot of people don't use. Okay, floss आप थोड़ा सा explain कर दो. एक तो floss कौन सा अच्छा है use करना और कैसे?
देखो, floss is nothing but a string of nylon, and it comes in various forms and shapes. The ones that we recommend is any floss that comes into in a box which you can pull out and cut it out as depending on your need, and you wind it around your fingers and take it very, very lightly in between your teeth. You don't have to push it. You don't have to be harsh. You don't have to be in a hurry.
Right.
So you have to make sure that you're taking in between your teeth and you're taking it very lightly. And once you go down, you have to come out. You're cleaning those areas where the brush cannot reach. And believe me, if one does flossing after brushing, there is very little chance of anyone having cavities.
Okay.
So that takes
flossing
care.
Can be done for kids also?
Generally kids do not have those tight contacts. They will always have some spaces in between their teeth. That's the nature of, the child. Exactly. So the space is given by the nature to accommodate the permanent teeth. तो जहाँ टाइट कॉन्टैक्ट्स है वहाँ तो बच्चे के आप कर सकते हो, बट इतना जरूरी नहीं होता.
ओके. तो बच्चों को, ये एडल्ट्स को तो करना ही चाहिए.
Yes, it is advisable.
Definitely. Okay. ठीक है. And which type of toothpaste do you recommend?
Any toothpaste. Any toothpaste.
Do you want to be specific थोड़ा सा? No.
See, there are too many. I mean, I don't even know what all toothpastes are available because a lot of patients call us and say कि ये वाली अच्छी है, हम ये कर रहे हैं, हम वो कर रहे हैं. ऐसे कुछ भी करो. As far as you're brushing, as long as you're brushing properly for 2 minutes, everything is allowed. But it's very important for one to understand what are the contents of the toothpaste. So if it has fluoride, it's good because fluoride is anti-cavity.
Okay.
So you just have to make sure that anything that's tolerable to you, which you like,
suits you, basically, you go with it. Don't make a big deal out of it.
Exactly.
Do it twice a day.
And
raat ko karna is you
cannot miss it.
You can't miss it.
So it's very essential for you to brush in the night. Why? Because the last meal that you have, if I take it on an average, you will finish your meal by 9, 10 maximum. And then if you sleep, you will wake up after 6-7 hours. So for that much time, whatever food that you've consumed, whatever liquids that you've consumed, they've passed through your mouth and the teeth and everything. And they form a sort of a layer of plaque and other food deposits onto your teeth. And they stay throughout the night when you're asleep. And while we are asleep, there is very minimal salivation that's taking place. There is very minimal talking and musculature moving inside. Because once we are active, there is active salivation and, there's this natural cleansing phenomena that's taking place. We slept through the night. We've not even talked. So there's no salivation. So there are no natural cleansing processes happening while we are sleeping.
Right. So
that is where the bacteria gets activated and then it starts producing acid and then, the damage, how it takes.
And a lot of people say कि हम रात को एक बार brush करके सो जाए तो सुबह we can brush after post breakfast.
Yes, so that's a very good habit. In the morning after you've woken up, you can just gargle your mouth with some very mild mouthwash. You don't need anything strong, just to kill the bad breath.
Right.
And after you've had your breakfast, that's the best, oral hygiene practice that you can follow. After you had your breakfast, you can brush your teeth, spend 2 minutes, and then you get out of the house. So you will feel the difference between after you brushed your teeth, after your breakfast, and before. So you'd feel the difference throughout the day.
Right.
And that's a very good practice if one can inculcate.
Okay. And should we rinse our mouth after every meal?
Yeah, that's
Is it
a good
important?
habit.
Okay.
If you
Just a
have,
general rinse.
see, if you have the paraphernalia to rinse, and some of the offices may not.
पानी पी के कर लो ना.
Exactly.
हाँ,
So you can just,
भागने का भी ठीक है,
exactly.
थोड़ा सा.
So you can do that.
So, okay, cool. Okay, brushing frequency we've discussed. 2 minutes you said. And okay, technique भी हो गई है. अच्छा, causes of bad breath, yeah, because there are people who brush their teeth. Okay, brush तो वो regularly कर रहे हैं, फिर भी उनकी breath is really obviously bad smelling. So, what are the reasons and what are the ways to go about it, to cure it?
Bad breath, essentially, we call it as halitosis. There are many, many reasons for it. The first and the easiest and the foremost reason is poor oral hygiene. अगर ब्रश ही किसी ने ठीक से नहीं किया, आप ब्रश भी 2 मिनट भी लगा लीजिएगा, ठीक से नहीं किया तो उसको कोई फायदा नहीं है.
Okay.
So along with brushing, you need to ensure that you're cleaning your tongue also, because there are a lot of these pores, which attract bacteria and other food debris on the upper surface of your tongue. So you need to clean that also. You don't need to have specified tongue cleaners because they can be damaging also. You can just rub your brush over it. So that takes away the reason, if you're very good with your oral hygiene. So oral hygiene practices, if they are maintained, if they are followed well, it will not lead to bad breath. So that's one thing. The other reasons for bad breath is you may have, sore throat, nose blocked, you may have sinusitis. There are other variety of reasons. You may have problems in your GIT. So there's something called as GERD, gastrointestinal reflux disease. What it does is it throws the acid from your stomach back into the throat. The acid comes into your mouth. That produces bad breath.
Okay.
So similarly, people may be having liver diseases or kidney diseases. So apart from the mouth, there are many other more causes for bad breath to take place. So if you address those, I don't think there is any reason why.
And a lot of people go on fasting also. पेट खाली है.
Exactly. So once you're fasting, so there are these acids that are being produced, so the body has the capacity to release acids even if the food is not introduced. Right. And those acids then through reflux come into your oral cavity, and that's when it causes bad breath. There are many other reasons. I mean, if you've consumed alcohol,
Do you suggest using those sprays
they don't work.
No. Okay.
See, those are just momentary. I mean, I don't know if you've used them ever. Eating gums and those fresheners that you spray inside, they are just momentary. I mean, just for like 10 minutes they would work. After that,
it will come back anyway.
Yeah.
Right. अच्छा, दांतों का structure से हमारे neck और shoulders पे भी बहुत effect पड़ता है. Is it? How is it related? Because a lot of people say, I mean, I've heard people saying उसकी वजह से दर्द हो रही है, and how do we figure it out? उससे related कैसे है?
See, there is no direct involvement of your structure of teeth to your referred pain in the neck, ear, head. But yes, if you have wisdom teeth that are not erupted and they are angulated and they are stuck inside your jaw.
Okay.
So you have these 4 wisdom teeth, 2 on the upper jaw and 2 in the lower jaw. If they have not erupted into their natural space and they are still present in your jaw, they tend to cause a lot of pressure-like symptoms, pain, discomfort in the ear.
Okay.
On the same side.
Okay.
And towards the jawline, towards the neck, it goes towards the forehead. So a lot of the times it is not identified by the patient as dard kyun ho rahi hai. So unless it is seen by a dental specialist or an oral surgeon and identified and with relevant x-rays seen that there is a root cause behind it, one would never be able to understand why this is happening.
तो अगर हम ENT पे जा रहे हैं या shoulders check करवा रहे हैं और reason नहीं पता चल रहा है, it could be your teeth.
A lot of the times the ENTs, because the patient will have earache on the same side, and they will run to the ENT and then they get themselves examined. The ENT will examine the ear, तो कहेंगे तो कुछ भी नहीं है. तो उस केस में they refer back the patient to dental surgeon or oral surgeon saying कि इनके दांत check करो. So that's the time when we take the X-rays and we see that yes, there are these wisdom teeth that are hidden
Oh.
and they're angulated or they're trying to erupt, which is causing this kind of earache.
Oh.
And if that is the case, we need to address it adequately.
They need to be extracted.
Yes, we need to extract the hidden, the angulated wisdom teeth which have not erupted.
Okay. And being a dentist, Jitesh, why is it, do you think, advisable to seek multiple opinions before going to an orthodontist or for any dental problem? एक के पास जाएं हम खत्म करें या जाना भी? Tell me honestly, because
देखो, the advent of so much information that's available through Google and through YouTube videos, there's every chance that you're going to get misled.
So I tell you why, because why this question is coming up. So my friend's nani, okay, she is 84. अब उसको किसी ने अभी वो स्क्रू वाले टीथ लगा दिए. I mean उसकी जरूरत क्या थी? हाँ, implants,
yeah.
dentures लगा देते.
Yeah.
तो that's why I'm asking. तो opinions ले लेने चाहिए generally ना.
देखो, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि कुछ गलत हुआ है.
नहीं, ट्रीटमेंट तो ठीक था, बट आई मीन थोड़ा
उनको समझा के ही किया होगा ना. Sometimes there is a need for us to give implants even in that age group.
Okay.
Because the bones are not healthy enough to support the dentures.
Oh.
They're not adequate. They're not healthy. No, they're not adequate and they're not bulky enough for the dentures to be supported.
Okay.
Just by themselves.
Okay.
So in that case, just to retain the dentures and to support them, you need to give implants. So that is one way of giving them teeth. Otherwise, how will they chew? How will they retain the dentures if they're not sticking? If they're not staying in place, how will they use it and how will they chew food?
Oh.
तो एक ये
reason हो सकता है.
हाँ, ये हो सकता है. But that's for later. But जैसे आपने मुझसे पूछा कि इतने सारे ओपिनियंस क्यों लेने चाहिए या लेने भी चाहिए कि नहीं लेने चाहिए. देखो, सबसे पहले तो if you have a dental or a medical issue, specifically related to healthcare, I would suggest never to look at Google and take advice. Because आप जैसे ही वो बीमारी को आपने Google सर्च में डाला, पहले तो आपको नॉन एकेडमिक, नॉन प्रोफेशनल सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन के थ्रू जो जिसने जैसे जैसे किया होगा, आपको वो इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलती चली जाएगी. एंड यू डू नॉट नो द सोर्स ऑफ दैट इन्फॉर्मेशन. देयर आर सो मेनी डेंटल क्लिनिक्स और हॉस्पिटल्स प्रमोटिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर ट्रीटमेंट, एंड उसके बारे में कुछ भी लिखा होगा विच इज नॉट अ साइंटिफिक इन्फॉर्मेशन, राइट? एंड यू डू नॉट नो वेयर इज द साइंटिफिक इन्फॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल एंड हाउ डू यू डिसाइफर इट, हाउ डू यू अंडरस्टैंड इट. So you will only get confused. सबसे पहले तो उसमें हर चीज, everything will lead to cancer. छोटी सी भी आपको चीज होगी ना, वो कहीं से घूम फिर करके वो कैंसर में आ जाएगी. एंड देन वो फिर आपकी रातों की नींदें उड़ेंगी. फिर आप एक डॉक्टर के पास, दूसरे डॉक्टर के पास, एंड डॉक्टर आपको कैंसर नहीं बोलेगा, बट आप सुनना चाहोगे बिकॉज आपके दिमाग में है कि यार मैंने तो पढ़ा था इसको, दिस कैन लीड टू कैंसर, बट दिस डॉक्टर इज नॉट सेइंग, आई थिंक पता नहीं है इसको, मैं जाता हूँ दूसरे के पास. So, a lot of the times you base, you base your, you have these perceptions based on what you've seen on Google, which is not the right platform for you to see anything related to healthcare.
Okay.
मैं आपको बोलूँगा आप PubMed के थ्रू जाइए, जहाँ पे scientific articles हैं वो आप पढ़ लीजिए, but those are, too academic. I mean, it's not for the consumption of general public. You will never understand that. So it's always advisable, आपको कभी गूगल मत करिए. आपके पास जो आपके फैमिली फिजिशियंस या फैमिली डॉक्टर्स हैं या फैमिली डेंटिस्ट हैं, आप केवल उनके पास जाइए. आप 1 से 2 से 3 ओपिनियंस ले सकते हैं. देयर आर कॉन्फ्लिक्टिंग ओपिनियंस, यू कैन गो टू द थर्ड वन. आपने एक से ओपिनियन ले लिया, दूसरे से ले लिया, दूसरे का कॉन्फ्लिक्टिंग है, तीसरे से ले लिया, उस पे आगे जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. The more opinions you take, the more you talk to your friends and peers and family, they will have their own experiences, and they will say, suppose you have a wisdom tooth problem, आप दिखा कर आए हो किसी को, and you have a wisdom tooth problem, आपने घर में आके डिस्कस किया, आपको लोग डिस्करेज करेंगे कि यार ये तो मत कराओ, ये तो बहुत पेनफुल है, मेरा तो उस डॉक्टर ने किया था, मैं तो 10 दिन दर्द ही नहीं गया. You will form your opinion based on the experience of that other patient, which is, I don't say it is wrong, but then you're already opinionated. Now आपकी बॉडी की कॉम्पोजिशन और उस पर्सन की कॉम्पोजिशन अलग है ना, आपका पेन थ्रेशोल्ड और उसका पेन थ्रेशोल्ड अलग है, आपका डॉक्टर अलग है और उस बंदे का डॉक्टर अलग है ना. So जरूरी नहीं है कि what has happened to that person is going to exactly happen with you.
Right.
So you cannot base your opinion on insistence of anybody else who's gone through the same problem.
Fair enough.
So there you need to, consult only your doctor and listen to that doctor, because the doctors professional advice ही देंगे ना आपको.
हाँ, नहीं वो तो है ही, of course. हाँ, 2 से 3 जन के पास जाने के बाद और बन जाओ.
But Google is
But I
not
think
an answer.
everybody has a family dentist these days.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
See, you can cross check. You can see medication आती है, आप देख सकते हैं इस मेडिसिन में क्या है. उसमें भी हमारे पास कई बारी डॉक्टर्स आते हैं. हम कोई गम ऑइंटमेंट प्रिस्क्राइब करते हैं, उसके बाद recently I got because you see we don't see that much information that's mentioned on the ointment. We see the contents, and if those contents are antibiotic and they are helping the patient, we prescribe them.
Right.
अब उसके अंदर एक पर्टिकुलर ऑइंटमेंट के अंदर लिखा हुआ था दी इफेक्ट्स कुड बी कार्सिनोजेनिक. और पेशेंट का फोन आया कि आपने मेरे को एक ऑइंटमेंट दी है, मैंने खरीद तो लिया बट मैं यूज नहीं कर रही, उसमें लिखा इट विल लीड टू कैंसर. अब मैंने कहा यार ये तो इट्स मेट्रोनिडाजोल दैट वी इट्स द कॉमनली प्रिस्क्राइब्ड मेडिकेशन फॉर डेंटल इन्फेक्शंस एंड एनीवेयर एल्स इन द बॉडी. इफ यू हैव स्टमक इन्फेक्शन, इफ यू हैव UTIs, you get prescribed with metronidazole. Now if the pharmaceutical company has given some bit of disclaimer or some information related to the contents, I'm not aware of it, and it's not going to cause you cancer. So ऐसे भी डाउट्स आते हैं दिमाग के अंदर. बट बाय एंड लार्ज अगर आपको गूगल देख करके कोई डाउट भी आ रहा है, जस्ट नोट इट डाउन एंड कंसल्ट विद योर डॉक्टर.
It's only search ना, it's not research. अब पूरी information तो मिल नहीं रही.
It's not, so it's not scientific based.
Right. Of course.
So you have to see what you're reading. So that's very important.
Okay, Jitesh, overall health, how is it related to our oral health? It's a very basic, I think, and a very important question as well. So how and
See, mouth is a gateway to health. So there's a saying. So it's an apt saying. It's very true. It's very correct. Because everything happens through the mouth.
right.
Right? You're consuming your food, which keeps you alive. You're consuming your liquids. Sometimes you're breathing. So everything is through the mouth. And if your mouth is healthy, everything else will be healthy. I can only talk about my, field. But if you have healthy oral tissues, if you have healthy gums, if you have healthy teeth, you'll be able to chew your food much better, more efficiently. And then, if you've chewed your food more efficiently and how you should be chewing, it goes down into your digestive system easily. I mean, your digestive system can digest that food which is chewed already, which the work has already been done with your teeth. So that is one aspect. The other thing is it's very important for you to maintain your gum health, because there are certain bacteria within your gums that are unhealthy, and because of negligence or because of poor oral hygiene status, lack of awareness, sometimes those bacteria get lodged inside your heart. Now you'll ask me, how does that happen? How is the connection from your mouth to your heart? There's no direct correlation from the mouth to the heart, but yes, there are correlations through the blood vessels. So every blood vessel is connected to the vessel that's going into the heart, right?
Okay.
For it to be pushed again, for it to be, filtered and cleaned again.
Right.
And so bacteria somehow gets inside through the
Gums, you're saying. Oh.
yeah, through the blood vessels which are present in your gums. They get inside your blood vessels and they reach the heart, and then they get lodged there, and then they multiply. So that's something which is called a subacute bacterial endocarditis.
Okay.
And that is very catastrophic.
Okay.
So the research has found that the bacteria responsible for the subacute bacterial endocarditis is originated from the gums.
Gums. Okay. So brushing does it for the gums also? Bas apna, the proper cleaning.
Yeah. So see, now there is something called as professional cleaning and scaling that one needs to get done. It's not just mere brushing that's helping you. You have to sometimes professionally get your teeth clean. Why? Because there are these tartar hard deposits that form onto the teeth surface. That leads to gum disease if it's not taken out. So that harbors a lot of bacteria, microorganisms that tend to start eroding your gums inside and the supporting structure, which is the bone. So if that is not cleaned up, regularly. And everybody gets that at some point in time.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think yes.
Those are hard deposits that need to be cleaned regularly. So that's why I said, you asked me when is it required to visit the dentist?
How?
How often? Once in a year or once in 6 months. So if you have a lot of evidence of dental cavities and you've had gum issues, if you've had bleeding gums, then I think once in every 6 months is very mandatory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once a year to karna hi chahiye.
Once a
otherwise.
year is maximum, once in 6 months is minimum.
Okay.
You have to come. And of course, when we are doing the treatment, we recall the patient after a few weeks, then 3 months. So our, follow-up with the patient is much quicker than we normally recommend, because we've already treated. We want to know how the patient is doing. So that's why we call the patient after every few weeks to 3 months to 6 months. Sometimes they do remember to come back, sometimes they don't. But in general, I think if you're aware about your dental hygiene, once in 6 months is a good period to visit a dentist.
Okay. And the teeth whitening bit, does it वो enamel को खराब करता है?
See, that's teeth whitening is essentially a cosmetic procedure, and it totally depends on your need. Sometimes there is a functional need. There is a definite aesthetic and cosmetic need for whitening your teeth. Sometimes people have inherent problems such as fluorosis. So due to fluorosis of teeth, there are these discolorations that you need to address. So bleaching can help that. The other thing is, if one is required professionally to have white looking teeth, then we do it.
Of course.
Otherwise, as a doctor, I would not recommend for every patient to get, your teeth bleached.
Whitening.
Because these are essentially acids, and excessive use of these acids, they tend to erode the teeth too much.
Okay.
So it's not recommended if you just want to have it for fun's sake. It's not recommended. But yes, if there's a need for it, then you
do it. Okay. Now let's move on to oral cancer, Jitesh. Okay, number one, let's start with what is oral cancer? Okay, what causes oral cancer and how can we deal with it?
See, there are a lot of these aspects in oral cancer. Cancer is nothing but a non-healing wound inside your mouth, right? There are a lot of these pre-cancer lesions and conditions that one develops before it actually develops into a full-fledged cancer.
Okay.
Now, these lesions are nothing but white sort of covering onto the tongue surface, the underneath of tongue surface, the cheeks, the gums, which cannot be scraped out.
Okay.
So if one is trying to scrape out that white film over these surfaces.
So this is pre-cancer, you're saying?
Pre-cancer. So it's very important for one to identify कि कहाँ से हो रहा है, कैसे start हो रहा है.
Of course.
We'll come to the reasons why this happens, but I'm telling you how to identify.
Right.
So there are these white typical films, these coverings that form. Then there are these red coverings that form. And then there is this something called as lichen planus. There are these rubbery kind of tissues that grow on your gums or on your cheek inside, underneath the surface of tongue. So one has to identify something which is not looking natural and normal and healthy. And one that cannot be scraped out or that cannot be detached. If it can be scraped out, it can just be a normal fungal disease, that can be cured with antifungal ointments or liquids or tablets. But if there's something that's not coming out, then that means it needs to be examined. Or if there's a wound that is not healing for a very long time.
Okay.
Right? An ulcer that happens, there are so many times people come with us with normal ulcers, those are called as aphthous ulcers. Sometimes they don't heal. So one has to identify, if it is not healed.
For how many days?
See, it has to be consistently there for a few weeks to a few months.
Okay.
And it develops a very hard periphery around it. And that's for you to differentiate between a healing ulcer and a non-healing. An ulcer that comes in often, and the ulcers heal up on their own a lot of the times within a week.
Yeah.
They just disappear. So something that is not disappearing, you need to examine why this is not disappearing. And the reasons for all these things are, first of all, which is, I think the biggest killer in India is tobacco. Tobacco in any form, whether it is in the form of chewing tobacco, whether it is in the form of smoking or sniffing, it is definitely going to cause cancer. Then consumption of alcohol. Then there are various other factors. If you have, there's something called as HPV, human papilloma virus, which leads to cancer. Then a lot of the patients are immunocompromised because of some problem or the other, and they tend to also develop cancer. So it is very important for one to understand why cancer has happened.
Okay.
And when you talked about oral cancer, there are a lot of these tumors, that get classified into cancer. So for us, it is very important to understand from where this is coming. So there are these benign and there are these metastatic cancers. So one has to identify and differentiate between two, and early detection. Early detection is also very important. As I said, if one finds something really unusual, one should get it detected.
Right.
Get it biopsied. And typically the age group is after 40 years of age.
Okay. 40 plus is the...
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
reasons हमने cover कर लिए हैं इसके.
हाँ, मतलब basically it's just tobacco.
Mostly tobacco.
Mostly tobacco.
Okay.
And there are other tumors
hygiene
also. No,
hygiene says.
there are other tumors also which are not related to tobacco usage. There are other reasons for that, but then that also has to be identified. If there is anything unusual, any swelling that is not going away, that also needs to be examined.
Okay.
Anything happening in the jaw, upper jaw, below the eye, around the nose or around the lips, inside, outside the jawline, inside the tongue, around it.
And what are the cases ये वाले mouth cancer में जो बिल्कुल भी curable नहीं हो सकते?
They could totally depends on the stage in which it is diagnosed.
Because a lot of times they take out that part of the mouth also, no?
Yeah. So it's very debilitating. There is very high morbidity attached to treatments of cancer. So that's why I'm saying it's the biggest problem that India is facing right now. India is actually becoming the capital of cancer in the world.
Gosh. Mouth cancer particularly?
Mouth cancer. Mouth cancer. So,
crazy.
Yeah.
So tobacco, I think, बाहर तो ये लोग बहुत discourage कर रहे हैं. The prices have really hiked up. Yeah,
even in India, it's hiked up, but then, it's not a deterrent.
Yeah, true.
It's not a deterrent at all. You see everybody consuming tobacco in some form or the other. You go onto the roads and you see people spitting incessantly. So that needs to be curbed.
Right. Okay, Jitesh, we're going to move to a fun bit. Okay, this is just the last bit. Okay, one-liners, some funny ones, whatever comes to your mind. So I'll be asking you 8 questions. Okay, which is going to be basically about myths and facts. Okay. So we call it the Express 8. We recently started this. Let's see how we go with it, right? The first one.
This is a surprise.
Something had to be a surprise, no? Okay, number 1 is tooth loss is genetic.
Tooth loss is genetic. How do I have to answer in one line?
Yeah, one line, yes, no. Yeah, give me something interesting.
Tooth loss.
Is it true or no?
No.
No, okay. No, it's not. Case to case.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Number 2 is brushing harder cleans better.
Absolutely not.
Not. Okay. Okay. Flossing is not really necessary.
It is necessary.
You must do it.
Yes.
Okay. Chewing a piece of gum is as good as brushing your teeth.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Nothing can suffice brushing.
Cool. Okay. Primary teeth are not permanent, so you don't need to take care of them as much.
Absolutely not. The biggest myth.
Okay.
You have to preserve the primary teeth for as long as they stay in your mouth.
Okay. But for that, we just discussed, but they have to fall out at the right time as well.
Yeah, for as long as they stay. So for as long as they're meant to stay.
Meant to stay.
Because if
they
the child, if the child loses the tooth, or milk tooth earlier than they're supposed to shed, then that leads to crowding. So the permanent tooth, which is erupting right below it, tends to come out faster.
Okay.
Right? And then there are a lot of these space issues that take place if one sheds the milk teeth very early.
Cool. ठीक है. You should avoid the dentist when pregnant. This is a funny one. People must
Not at
have
all.
it.
Not at all. If there is a
Nothing.
need to visit, one should visit. I've had patients coming just, a few days before delivery with dental problems, and it's very difficult to tackle, because you can't prescribe too many medications around that time. So it's very important. If one is planning pregnancy, it's very important to maintain, to ensure that, there are no dental problems
On the way.
on the way and even beyond it, because even after you deliver, you are unable to step out of the house.
Step out, and plus you get on to feeding again.
Yeah, so we've had too many patients coming in during their pregnancy tenure, and then they get half the treatment done, and then they say we'll come back. It never happens. You can't leave the child and come. So one has to be very, very, if you're planning something, you need to plan your oral hygiene as well. So you need to make sure that all the boxes are ticked and you're healthy.
Right.
So,
So it's okay to go to a dentist.
Absolutely necessary.
Okay. Teeth whitening will damage your teeth.
Yes, they do.
They do. Okay. Bleaching and teeth whitening is the same?
It's the same thing.
Okay. And if you have no oral concern, there is no need to visit your dentist.
Absolutely wrong. I cannot believe, or I cannot imagine nobody having any kind of oral problem.
So you must visit?
Yes.
Minimum 6 months? Once a year?
Once a year. That's the maximum that you can stay away from visiting. But yes,
okay.
Once a year, you must visit.
Cool. Okay, that's all for today, Jitesh. Thank you for coming. It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
And
Thanks for inviting. It was a good session.
Thank you.
You tested my knowledge.
Your knowledge is fine. I am getting the hang of it slowly.